After nut passed, it felt quiet for a while, but nature doesn't stay quiet for long, because right on cue, new life showed up on the farm. We're using the Janoel 24 incubator, and honestly, it's been doing a cracking job. Yes, pun absolutely intended. This is our third round of chicks, and the success rate has been seriously impressive. We've got 18 eggs ready to hatch. I did try to squeeze in all 24. The Sussex eggs are absolute units, and basically they said, yeah, nah, not happening. And I didn't want to force the issue and risk cracking any. Now the plot twist, the first chicks arrived a day early. Of course it did, and I missed it on camera. I know, it's shocking. But from that point on, I was hooked. Honestly, watching chicks hatch is weirdly addictive. I spent the whole day working, which mostly meant popping in every 5 minutes like a slightly obsessed chicken mum. And then number 2 arrived, and this is where things get chaotic, because when chicks hatch, they don't just politely appear and sit still. Oh no, they come out like they've had 3 coffees, wobbling and stumbling around, crushing into eggs, causing absolute mayhem. It's like a tiny fluffy demolition derby in there. Once they're out, they don't exactly relax either. They wobble around, have a little nap, wake up, wobble some more, dry off under the fan, and then start pecking at the other eggs like, come on mate, hurry up. This was filmed on a time lapse, which is a shame because you can't hear all the noise, and trust me, it's loud. The chicks are all chirping away like they are hyping each other up in a motivational seminar. Come on mate, you can do it. Break that shell. Don't let Dave hatch before you. At one point, it honestly felt like a race for third place at a highly contested event. Some of them even look like they're trying to help their mates hatch, which is partly adorable and slightly unhelpful. And yes, you can even catch them having little beak-to-beak moments. It's basically chick networking. First day on Earth and they're already making friends. It's not long before number 4 emerges from its shell, followed closely by number 5, who clearly didn't want to miss out on all the fun. With all the calamity of all the chicks banging into the eggs, number 6 arrives, but he was hidden by all the other chicks, so you don't actually get to see him hatch. Now I say he, that's because 70 to 80% of eggs that hatch are usually males, which means most chickens we get from the supermarket are usually young roosters. On our farm, we only eat the males so that our females can produce eggs. And as far as meat chickens go, the light Sussex are nice tasty birds. It's at this point I was worried about the first chicks getting too dehydrated, so I put in a water feeder and a small dish with feed. The day was drawing to a close, and the rest of the chicks were sadly born off camera. Now most of the eggs hatched pretty quickly, but a few were taking their time. At this point, you start thinking, are we done here? So I removed the camera, and kid you not, an hour later, 2 more hatched. So apparently some chicks are just camera shy. Brilliant. That just left us with 2 eggs, which honestly is still an incredible success rate. I counted the last 2 off camera, and you could clearly see one hadn't developed at all and the other had sadly stopped partway through. And as tough as that is, it's just part of the process sometimes. But overall, 16 little yellow fluffy chicks are wonderful, and it's hard not to feel a bit of joy watching it all unfold. And sometimes that is exactly what we all need at the moment. Until next time. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share.